All right, hello everybody, and welcome to today's race. I'm your host Stinky One, and I'm here. Oh, with nobody. It's just you guys with me. This is the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. This is going to be round 7 of the Champions Series Season 4. We're going to be starting it out with the short qualifying into a 25% race, which is, I believe, 25 laps. All right. That's not what I meant to click on. All right, here we go. Gotta do my same old really quick.
Let's talk chassis numbers. We won't find more consistency than the Red Bull. Beginning their legacy in 2005 with the RB1, they have stuck to this naming convention ever since, the only anomaly being 2021's RB16B, rather than moving on to the RB17. This was due to technical regulations continuing into 2021, with cars and wheels largely unchanged waiting for 2022. While Lewis Hamilton broke virtually every record ever, there were several records that were waiting.
All right, here we go. Ignore the bots. He'll be gone for the race. Wrong one. All right, here we go. We have a few drivers out here. We have Thomas here. He's going to be running number 3 because he did not change his livery. Or his, not his player name. We have a few other drivers here on outlaps. Let's see who is in the front. We have S04R07 Rider, aka Paul. Let's go up to Paul. We can get to him. I probably went past him already, didn't. Nope, there he is. Okay, so we have Paul here. He's going to be starting us off here for today's race. See what he's able to do today. All right, let's go. We did race this last season, so this is actually a good one. We can actually compare a bit from last season. We actually started on this track. So our fastest stop was 128.8. But what was the quality time? Let's see. Let's see if I can bring up that info too. Well, we have Paul here starting out the lap. There is no names around any of these corners really, so that's a thing. Let's go to season 3. Let's look at the stats. Putting my bets on William today. That's not a bad. Sorry. That is not a bad choice. He's a pretty good option there. We have here Paul coming across the line. He actually, what just happened? I got disconnected. What? Okay. Can I get an invite, someone? All right, just a little bit of DCing. I don't know why I did that, but I don't think my internet. Yeah, my internet can't drop. All right, so we are waiting for a invite. Just ask him real quick. Can you send me an invite when you get a chance?
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, so we're just waiting here. Not sure why I got kicked, but I did. Hmm. There we go. Got one. Sweet. Thank you. Sweet, I got another invite. So if I get CC'd again, at least I can try to get back in myself without asking. All right, so we are here back in it. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, let's hit that. Looks like all the drivers saved, so we just do that. Let's back up. Okay. Let me hide. Right. So we had a few drivers here doing laps. We have Renzo in P1 right now with the 126.547. We have Landon there in P2 with the 126.672. And then we have Thomas in P3. Why isn't it letting me get to him? Interesting. But let's see. Is he doing a lap? Looks like he might not. Oh, and there we go. We have William doing a 126.388. I'm not P2, I'm P3. Oh, interesting. It's probably gonna take a bit for my for all of the data to get sent through since I got DC'd. All right, yeah. Let me see. I'll try to refresh it. Maybe it'll give me. Nope, still incorrect. Everybody just needs to beat their times so that I get the correct timings. Alright, so let's go expanded version. So we have a few people on the outlaps. We have Paul here on a flying again. He just started his lap. We We also have Ghosty there doing a lap right now, so we'll just keep an eye on his lap time as he does his flying lap. And we'll jump up to P6. I think everyone is sandbagging. I don't know if everyone's sandbagging. I think they're just not wanting to crash. Oh, that was not ideal, but could be worse. And he actually comes in there. Oh, and he actually gets dropped back one position. Is he doing a faster lap? He gets a green sector 1, but does not improve the time through sector 2. Might still be up on his time. Oh, here we go. This car is... It looks like he might actually be bailing out of this lap. Yeah. Maybe here. Oh, hits the wall just a little bit. Hopefully it didn't hurt him too bad on this time. You're driving for Alpine today. Coming through. Keep an eye on the drivers' times. And is it just me? What is going on? Why am I constantly being kicked? I just don't understand it. Why am I being kicked? I don't even get it. I don't get why. I don't know why I'm getting kicked. None of my stuff says my internet's struggling or anything. I don't get it. Nothing. Alright, so we are here again, round 3. Alright, let's see who's doing a good time. Not sure. I think everybody's just coming in now from a lap. Hopefully we don't get kicked again. I don't know why it's doing that to us. But we have 4 drivers here coming onto an out lap. And it looks like... Yep, I chose the right one. Superissimo here is going to be looking to improve their time. We have a 127.601. If that is their time, I'm actually not so sure because I keep getting PC. I think Heidi is going to be... Need to state it a post so I can see it. Oh, there's a driver here coming up a little bit close. A little bit close. is in sector 3, so got a green sector 1 but a normal sector 2, so didn't improve their time. They're getting a bit of a tow here going into the end, but driver, okay, the driver does bail out of the way. I wasn't 100% sure that was going to happen. And with that, it's going to post, improves the time, gets to P9 there. Not a bad drive there. We have Lungy here is now on a flying lap. Who else is on one? I think there's a few other drivers. We have Lannon on a flying lap. We just started. Insured Frames is on a lap, but isn't improving their time. I wonder if they're going to keep going. So Lungy's had like a bit of a tow this whole time. Don't know if it's good or bad, really. But he's getting a really heavy one here. Is down on his time though still. And then I can see here, we're just gonna jump to Lannon because Lannon is improving their time. How do I get to him? Oh, he actually spun it there. And he gets disqualified for the wrong way. So starting from the back. We'll be starting from the back there. With disqualification. We have here, Aguilera is on a hot lap, just started it. We have only a minute and 30 left on the timer. Miller still in P6, I think? I don't know, actually. I had 2 purple sectors. Yeah, it did say you had some pretty good... It might not have been purple. It looked... we had a green and green on our timing one, but... Oh, man, that is rough. That is a rough one. I don't know if you really got hindered too bad, but that's not what you want to see. It's possible to turn around without backing on the street circuit. Yeah, I mean, I would just reset and, you know, let us know next time if you feel like you're gonna, you know, get in trouble for it. I would definitely do that next time. Yeah, especially on a street circuit. But yeah, it's so easy to get invalidated. And there we go. Aguilera with the fastest lap with a 126.222. And we have who is also doing another hot lap right now. We have here Thomas doing a lap. And Broken as well. Where's Broken at? He just started his lap, so we'll stay here. Everybody's doing a lap right now. Who's in the front of this though? The real question. It'd actually be Thomas. No, it's not. Broken is in front of him. So Broken here coming through. The timing tower is all incorrect, so we're just gonna ignore that. My game's still trying to catch up. Oh, thanks. What's up, Thomas? Comes across the line, improves, goes to 126.289, and Miller goes into P2. But we still have here, William is going to be doing a lap. He is up on his time by a point. Oh, he's actually beating it right now. Projected 125.9 right now. Let's see if he's going to be able to do it here. Coming through a little bit. Oh, he's even going to get a bit of... I don't know how much of a toe that is, but it does exist. Comes across the line, beats it 125.865. So William doing it again, getting the pole there. Is anybody else up on their time? It does not look like it. And I feel like that might be it. We might be here. No, we still have this. We have Thomas still running a lap, I think. No, he's not. I think Renzo was the last driver. Trying to find who's still on the lap. Miller actually might be trying to do a lap still. That's who's still out there. Nope. He did best time already. I don't know. Sometimes it's hard to figure it out. All right, so I got DC'd like 3 times, but that's okay. We have William there taking P1, taking the pole for the day, beating it by 0.3. That is a lot. But Insured Frames doing it again, getting into P2 for the start of the race, so he puts himself in a really good spot again. Yeah, let's have a 10th because yeah. There was good traffic there, definitely. Well, I guess now I don't have a choice to start in the back. Well, you have to start in the back. You got disqualified. But with that, we have then Miller getting P3 with Renzo in P4, Thomas in P5. Then we have the rest. So we're going to see what's going to happen here. I am excited to see. Let's just hope I don't get DC'd this time. You know, hope I don't get DC'd. That's all we can hope for. All right. Hello, Victoria. We are here. We're about to start the race. We're just waiting for these drivers. Here we go. We get no break. All right, here we go. And we started out. We have William there getting a good start. We have, it looked like Miller actually dropping back a little bit. And I hit the wrong button again. All right, let's switch over to position change here. So we see there's only been one move so far. We have Miller there on the hards while everybody else going on to the mediums up to the top 7. And then we have a few there with the softs. We have Super there. Oh, Aguilera here taking the position there. Takes P1. Sorry, I missed that. It happened so quickly. Oh. And with that, Aguilera is now going to be setting the pace here for the race with Miller in P3, Renzo in P4, Thomas in P5. With the Alpines in 6 and 7, the Super in 8th, Sandy in 9th, Lungi in 10th, Landon in 11th. So already makes up 3 positions with James and Paul in the Mercedes in 12, 13, and Nolly in. Yep, let's go. Here we go. We'll see what happens here with Aguilera here in P1. It's going to be looking, there's already getting a little bit of tight there. Thomas there looking to go in the inside on Renzo. Renzo's going to run out of space because of it. And just like that, the 2 drivers end up going really far back with Renzo taking some wing damage because he gets pinched out there. And Aguilera takes the fastest lap so far. We have to wait till 3. Yeah, that was... Yeah, it was a little bit of a not ideal. We've seen that before on this track too. That's happened more often than it should, honestly. All right, we're gonna be trying to stay with the fights here. We have a few of them together. here. We have Sandy here. Now we're going to be looking to attack onto Lungi. And we actually have their Miller passing passing Williams. And somehow I am like not in the right spot. There we go. I missed a front pass again. And William going a little bit back, and with Miller on these hards, this is actually really good for him because now he's setting the pace for the medium driver behind him of William. Aguilera is going to like this as well because he does have that DRS gap. He probably needs to push just a little bit harder to make sure it stays that way. And the two Alpines trying to stick together, and Thomas as well trying to stay on that DRS train when it starts. And Landon making up to 7 now. So starts 14th, is now in 7th. So he's making his way through the pack there. And we have Broken taking the fastest lap so far. As we drop back. All right, now that we've got a little bit of breathing room, let's just get this lap data thing up again. I don't know why it removes it. Oh, a little bit, the worst camera view ever. And you actually see there, oh my God, what are these camera views? And we have William there taking 2 positions as Aguilera looked like he might have made a little bit of a mistake and is still trying to recover it. And loses another position to the Alpine. Not as sure entirely what happened there. Hopefully he's able to recover. It looks like he's regained composure again, and now we'll just be going a little bit of normal run again. Come on, Ferrari. The Ferrari's doing okay. I mean, he made a little bit of it might have been a little bit of error. I couldn't tell. The camera angle was horrid. But we have there now side by side here. This is a little bit close. Wow, these two, the Red Bull and the Ferraris here fighting it out. And because of that, Ghosty is now going to go through, and even Landon here coming through. And Aguilera is getting eaten up right now by these drivers. I don't think he's recovered from what happened to his tires. And because of that, he is all the way into P7 here. He's going to be looking to try to make those positions back up now, though. And we have Miller here right on the back of him. Is he going to go for it? He's not going to go for it yet, but we can see there Thomas, though, making up those positions and gets into P3. So goes past the 2 Alpine drivers, and now Landon is looking to try to get another position. Yes, there is a lot of fighting here. Aguilera now looking to fight, and he actually gets a little bit of a... And Landon now is going to have to work back through. It looked like he got hit in the back. Maybe just a little bit too tight there, coming in through that corner. And Landon now is going to have to work all the way back through the field, but the field is still pretty tight. He can easily make that back up and get back up to the front again. There's still 25 laps. What did he run? He's running on the medium, so he gets to go to either the, I guess he's going to go to the hards most likely. With Miller, the only driver taking these hards, this might actually advantage him. Might be a huge advantage, except we have Thomas here now catching up to these two, and then that turns it into a little bit of a team fight. But because the Alpines are still with them too, this might actually be Miller there going up for the pass and does complete it. But now we're going to go into the DRS. Who got the DRS going through the front straight? We'll find out right now whose flap's going to open, and it is William here. So William's just going to take the position back. I don't think Miller's even going to defend it. And just like that, he does take the position. So Miller's best bet here is that the Alpines start fighting for some track position, and that'll allow him to be able to fight against these 2 Red Bulls. Yeah, he's cooking on those hards. The longer he can stay with this pace of these front runners, the better his chances are, because he gets to go on either the mediums or softs, depending on how it goes. The longer he stays with them, the better his chances are to go onto those softs, because he can go onto the softs if he keeps this pace up, because, he's keeping up with them right now on those hards. It's not an issue. And we have there now Paul getting passed by Renzo. Renzo's trying to make up those positions back up from that early incident. that happened with him, and I believe it was Thomas? Question mark? Yes, agree. And then we have the few soft runners. So those are the ones we're going to keep an eye on. I want to know how long these soft runners can run on those tires, because we have their 4 laps on those tires. We have no penalties still, and nobody's gone into the pits, it looks like still. Looks like Ghosty there still just staying behind his teammate. This Alpine team has seemed to be very patient, even when they've gotten reserves to drive for them. They've done really well with just understanding, you know, it's your teammate. There's no reason to try to fight it. We have their Miller going for the pass on the outside. Now he's going to be the inside, and then somebody's going to have to bail out here. But these two drivers, they're not going to want to, and it does. No, Miller actually does bail out of it already pretty early on, knowing that that corner is not really going to be able to fit 2 drivers. And we still have Thomas there in P3 and the 2 Alpines 4 and 5. And we have there's Sandy doing a really good job, but Lungy's looking to try to get that position back with Renzo on the attack as well, trying to get back into it. And we have there, I believe Landon got past Nolly, so now he's working his way back into the points. Gonna be looking to get super here, and we have Miller and William just both fighting up at the top. I don't know, maybe I shouldn't move from these two. Every time I leave, something happens with these 2 drivers up front, and I think it's just the nature of the track. And you can actually see here, he's already conceding the position, and he's gonna be looking to try to get the DRS so you just get the position back on the front straight. And these 2 drivers, because Miller is able to hold every lap, Miller is able to hold and stay with this driver of William. Like, his chances of going on these softs get greater and greater. So we will see. I mean, it also depends on when they pit, because William has a teammate, to the teammate of Thomas. He has the option to not pit in early, and now we actually see Thomas now giving it a little bit of a look. He's now okay, we have there now Lungy actually getting past Sandy, so Sandy's now getting past, and now the 2 McLarens are going to be together in 7 and 8. Right. And Landon already going in for the pit. I wonder if he's going to go into the softs, or if he's going to just go onto the mediums and go for that heavy undercut. Because you can make it to the end. It's going to be a little bit rough. Yeah, and he's looking to go to the end for an undercut and just gain whatever positions he can get. Which you could get a lot. Especially with these guys up front fighting. So these guys up front fighting, the more they fight, the worse their pace. We're going to keep an eye on his pace. Insured Frame's doing a pretty good job too on those new tires. He's doing a 131, and we have there Miller going past William, and this is the same exact spot he passed him last time. And we have there, yes, Paul getting into that the P10 into the points. Let's see if he's going to be able to hold it or not. So we actually have Aguilera doing about a second faster than the front runners. So that is something to keep in mind. Aguilera has pit and Landon has pit. So we have 2 drivers that have pit so far. And those are our 2 runners we're going to want to keep an eye on with that pace. And here we go. He's going to pass him again. You can see there Thomas now falling behind. And as he falls behind, the 2 Alpines have a chance. And we actually have there Renzo. Renzo passes his teammate. I didn't even see him do it. And then he also passes Lungy. So now Lungy now into P7. And we can see there Sandy actually benefiting from that and might have a chance on the AlphaTauri driver. But we'll find out. That's the case. We have here Miller on Williams. So if we know where Miller's passed him last time, let's see if he does it again. Let's see if it's the exact same thing that happened last time through that corner. Here we go. Going through. He's a lot closer than I think he was last time. So he's going to get the pass around this long straight. So through this DRS zone, he should be able to get past him. And he is not going to pass him this time. So he does stay behind. You can actually see there Thomas getting back into it. So it's definitely slower that he didn't take that pass yet. But he does take it now. William's going to get the benefit of this now. And I wonder if Ghost is going to pass his teammate eventually or not. I mean, their pace is really good. It's not necessary for one of them to switch. And we have here William now going to be going for this pass. And he does it. Oh, he doesn't do it. He doesn't do it. He doesn't complete it here. And because of that, Miller actually, they're still side by side. Who's going to yield out through this corner? And it looks like they're still just going to go side by side here. And because of that, they're both going to end up slowing down. And you actually see there William actually losing his position from his teammate. He actually doesn't lose his position from his teammate. Oh, and Miller, I think, getting the yield sign from the game. And because of that, he actually ends up dropping back into P3 with Thomas hopefully not taking any damage from that little bit of a bump that he had hitting the other Red Bull. And now we actually have the Alpines in the mix. We have Medi here. Medi's going to be looking to now in P2 there with Miller in P3. So Miller, it's fine that he's in that spot. He's mostly trying to just mitigate damage and stuff like that. And he's actually going to get past here already. And it looks like even Thomas now coming through with him. And now we're just back to where we were last time. All right, so with that, we can actually see here Sandy is actually really close to Lungy. So is this going to happen? We can see now the crossover for the softs and the mediums are happening. And because of that, we might actually see Sandy now going for the pass here through the DRS zone. Lungy will have the DRS, though, coming through the front straight. So we'll see if he's going to be able to get it back. And we actually have there Miller going on to the inside here. We actually have Thomas there. Actually, Thomas is going to be looking to go in on the inside as well. Is he gonna? He's gonna have to bail out because of his teammate, and he does it. And then we actually have there now the fight between the, and then yeah, it looks like Lungy gets the position back. All right, so it's just a little bit of a jostling over and over. I think one of these medium runners are going to go in a little bit early, because of how the how this train is built itself. I feel like one of them's gonna have to do it. One of the Alpines maybe triggers it. Oh, Lungy here. Oh, that's not Lungy. That's super going a little bit. I think these softs, he felt the softs go off and just end up spinning. That was not Lungy. That was Superissimo. So Superissimo doing a really good job up to that point. But the softs feeling, I think they're all, the soft runners are feeling it now. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the spins, man. They are real. And we've caught a decent amount of them. And we have here, they're going to be fighting it out. Miller is in front again. I already know what's going to happen with that. So we're going to sit here and see if Sandy's going to be able to do this. So it goes on the inside. Now Lungy's going to get the DRS. And because of that, I think he just does a switchback again. And this is one of the issues. If you guys are too close in pace, it's like really difficult to really separate yourself from the other driver. You're going to be, I think you're going to have to just use a tire strat essentially to do it. Because yeah, you can see there, Lungy easily passing him back. And just like that, they're back in the same positions they were before. And then let's look at these hard runners. So the hard runner, we have a 130, so 2 seconds faster, and a 134. So they are doing the gap. The gap's so big though with the guys at the back. He's got a 40-second gap, so they will still pit and come out in front. But we have their Super and James because they are both soft runners are coming in. So the soft runners are finally coming in. We'll see the medium runners come in maybe in like 3 laps, maybe 2. But if they're trying to go to the softs, they'll stay out longer. So we will see what happens there. The longer these medium runners stay out, the more likely they're just going to go to softs. But on a track like this, I think the mediums are a better choice, which means they would go to the hards. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens there. But Miller here going to be right on the back of William and gonna get the pass, and then we're gonna see the pass back with Sandy doing the same thing right in the back there. is going through on the pass. He's getting it earlier than before, though. It looks, it's about the same time. He got it last time. And then we can see there, I actually see somebody going into the pits. And it looks like it's Thomas. So Thomas triggers it. This is good for the Red Bull team because it forces now his strategy. You can see he's going onto the hards. So it is the more likely strategy for everybody to go onto the hards. And Sandy, I think, is finally tired of just sitting with that DRS. And is going to come into the pits. Will most likely put on the hards. It does. All right, so now he's going to be trying to push hard to try to get that undercut done on Lungy. And he's going to be hoping to come out in front of him. Well, you can see there, Lannon doing a really good job. Isn't too far behind Sandy now. And Aguilera actually cutting in front of him. It's so much fun watching them stressing out. You know, I don't know. It's really fun to be on the track, though. And we have their Miller. They're just doing a little bit of switching back and forth again. And now with this, you can actually see Ghosty took the lead on that train. And we have William there passing back. Actually, this is a little bit different. Now it looks like Miller's actually going to benefit from here, and he's going to get the DRS. He's going to be able to try to separate himself after he gets this pass off. And it looks like one of the Alpine drivers is actually coming in, and we have Landon there taking a 3-second penalty. So Miller does take the pass already. We have Ghosty here now coming into the pits. He's going to be going to mediums, hards, I believe. And it does trigger the hards here. And we have Renzo here coming into the pits right in front of him. He does actually slow down that driver because of it. And Renzo comes in. And now we also have Lungy here coming in. And we'll be going to the mediums because he is on the softs. So we'll be triggering for the mediums. So here he goes. Let's see if he gets undercut from the McLaren here. And he does. You see that pace, there's so much more pace there on those hards, and he actually gets that pass off. He is now in front of Lungy Superissimo, getting the fast lap of 130.371. You have there Thomas now right on the back of Paul. So this isn't what he wants. He doesn't want to be fighting any of these back marker, not necessarily back markers, sorry. The guys that have him pit is what I meant. The guys that have him pit doesn't want to get stuck behind them because these two up front of Miller and William are still going to be trying to set the pace. And we have Ghost. Look at Ghost there now on Paul. Oh, Paul! Yep. There's that pace. Their pace on these new tires are really big. And we have Miller there. These two fighting it out. This actually might help Thomas if these two keep fighting. Their gap from Thomas is 23.838. And I believe that's enough to get Thomas in front of these two. I'm not actually entirely sure. Do you guys remember the deltas on this track? I actually don't. So it's about, there's like a 52. So it's about 20 seconds actually. So they're still a little bit in that marker. We have Ghosty here on Thomas. So he's going to be fighting it out. And with this fighting, maybe he helps his teammate out instead and is able to get his teammate through. But we'll see who pits here, as they should be pitting fairly soon. That's on the inside. There we go. Gets the pass off. But then he's going to have the DRS. We have Ghosty now here going to be looking to do the same thing. So we have a few of the drivers still haven't pit. 1 through 3, 7th, and 11th. All haven't pit yet. So that's where we're at. We're on 13 laps on most of the drivers, with a few drivers pinning early of Aguilera and Lannon. And we have them both actually pitting together. And because of this, Miller is going to be... Oh, he actually goes onto the softs here. So William goes onto the softs. And with that, Miller's most likely going to go onto the mediums, though. Yeah, he does take the mediums here. And then we have the softs runnings from the Alpine. So Alpine thinks he can make it through. And Thomas and Ghosty here looking to try to get it out in front of them. Are they going to come out in front? Here we go. And Miller still comes out right in front of them. And William does too. So just barely makes it out. Yeah, and those softs. That's going to be impressive to see if he's going to be able to do it. It's 10 laps. It is possible. But we'll see what happens here. He's going to have to stop again. No, he shouldn't need to stop. His pace is going to be really bad near the end. So he does need to separate from Miller. If he doesn't separate from Miller, which he's behind right now, this might end up being a bad strategy call. So he needs to get past them so he can make the gap up so that when his tires start to fade, he has a gap to where it takes a while for Miller to catch him. And then Miller doesn't have enough time to pass him near the end, essentially. So we'll see what happens. Miller does have position, though. And that's king right here. And no, he's getting past here. And Thomas there holding into P3 really well with Ghosty there on the back of him. We had Renzo doing the undercut onto the second Alpine driver. And that's a really good recovery drive from Renzo from getting sent pretty far back. And now is into P5. We have William here now actually losing his position to his teammate. This is weird because you don't want him to... Yeah, he doesn't lose his position for him. And Thomas actually going fastest though. What was that time? 130.358. I feel like William can beat that though. On those softs, I think these two drivers are going to do a push lap eventually. Let's see what happens. And we have, let's see, Renzo actually, yeah, looks like he might be separating himself. No, it looks like he's finally catching it. And then we have there Miller getting past early on through this corner. Because of that, we'll get the DRS because the DRS detection zone is right over here. So he's going to get it for this back straight. The DRS is weird on this track. Can't really separate yourself because of it. And because of that, we still have Thomas there sitting into P3, Ghosty in P4, Renzo taking the benefit of pitting early with Medi in the Alpine, still trying to get back up there with his teammate. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to do it though. Miller here still holding the P1, but you can see there William going on through the outside. He isn't going to get it. Medi goes fast with 129.565, and because of that, Thomas actually catching them pretty close there. And it looks like it's going to be okay. William drops back. Thomas now, I think Thomas wants to get through because he's on the hards. And Ghosty now is on the back of him. We have Aguilera there pitting again. Goes onto the sauce. Maybe he's going to be looking to try to get fastest lap. He does need to get... Whoa. Did he just take 2 penalties in a row? That sucks. I think I saw that right. All right, guys. I got to go. Yeah, no problem. Thanks for joining us today. And we have... Yeah, Renzo takes 2 consecutive penalties. That is weird. And we have Ghosty there. Yep. Now Renzo, something happened to Renzo. I didn't see what happened there, but he does get past. So Medi now into P5, has the fastest lap. Oh, I think he just did a push lap. Yeah, I think he just pushed lap past him. Because of that, he is looking to get back onto the back, and Renzo's gonna take advantage of that. And looks like he might be like, oh yeah, let's go. Let's catch up to them. Well, hello there, Sunbee. And we have there William now. Dude, they're just going to be doing a little switch again. And this benefits, I believe, Miller more. Because for 10 laps on softs, I believe the mediums catch up to it. You just got home. So the mediums are the better tire near the end of this because of the lifespan of the tire. Not because of pace, because the pace is a little bit better on this, from the softs. Oh, and you see there, Thomas there getting a little bit sideways, but is okay. Renzo here holding on to the back of Medi, trying to catch up with the rest of the pack. And we're going to have that pack catch up to each other. How many drivers? We have 2 drivers with penalties. Renzo with 6 and Landon with 3 seconds of penalties. That's it. And we have Ghosty here is looking to attack on Thomas because Thomas loses the... I think the 2 in the front are pushing right now. They're pushing because Thomas lost the gap of them a lot. It's always those 2. Yeah, tell that to them. They'll probably like... I don't know whose fault it was for the 2. I think one of them might have got pushed out on one of the corners, so... might not have been entirely their fault. But you can see there, Ghosty now going for the attack, gets past them, but because of that, the DRS zone, and we actually have there Renzo looking to be going on the attack. With Medi there blinking, he knows that he doesn't have the ERS here, and William goes fastest with 129.564, and with that, Renzo gets past him, and Thomas can't hold on to that position, and Ghosty goes into 3rd. So Ghosty now in 3rd. Thomas does not have his teammate anymore to get the DRS from because both of these 2 drivers have, I think they've increased their pace. They were, I think, tire saving a bit, but no longer. Ooh. All right, here. Let's see. I think Thomas might be coming for an attack back, though. Like, that's going to happen. We have their Lungy also caught up to Sandy. So Sandy's going to be under threat now with that. Yeah, Renzo passed the Alpine. Yeah, he did. He got right back past him while the Alpine, one Alpine gained a position. The other one lost the position. And Renzo here, he's looking a little bit fast right now. He's looking to make up this time. He has 6 seconds to make up too, so he has to drive really quickly here, and he hits the wall there. A little bit of lapse of judgment. Hopefully he didn't take any wing damage. I don't think he did. It was a very soft touch. And he's not going to be able to do it. And let's see. He's going to get the double toe here, where he gets the benefit of the one driver and then the benefit of another driver. And is Renzo going to be going for 2? He's trying to get between them. That's a weird spot to try to go through in. And just like that, Ghosty concedes 2 positions because of it. I think Ghosty got a little bit confused what was happening there. And because of that, he actually loses 3 positions. And he loses his position from his teammate. Oh, man. I don't know if that was the best spot to try to go through, but it works out for Renzo and Thomas because now they're in P3 and 4 with Ghosty dropping all the way back into P6. But I think he still can still make that time up. They're going to be fighting now. Renzo looks like he's quick enough to fight against Thomas. We have William there fighting against Miller. And we have there Renzo right on the back of him, trying to get to the event. Yeah, and we have here Renzo right there, right on him. And he's going past him already. Oh, he gets past him. Sorry. Went to the wrong spot. And look at, yeah, he's already looking, Medi's already looking to attack with these softs. He's been benefiting heavily from these softs. Let's look at his tire life on it. And his tire life is 6 laps to the 8 and 9 from the other 2 drivers. And he's actually, because those 2 are fighting, oh, they're gonna go, do not go 3 wide in here. Oh my gosh, I thought they were gonna go 3 wide for a second. That would have been so bad. And Medi there goes into P3 on those softs. And we have Renzo now taking that position from Thomas. And Ghosty now looking for the attack. And we had their Lungy actually getting the position back with Miller and William now fighting. And William getting back into P1 again. Don't pass him, please, Renzo. He did pass him. He did pass him, and then Medi also got through because of that. That was a really good pass from those two. And William now is going to be looking to try to push his lap there. And let's try to get this pole ready. Oh, Renzo. I got to go back to Renzo. Renzo here looking to attack Medi now, so he wants this podium. I mean, they all want this podium. You can feel it from them all. They've been all competing. They've actually lost a decent amount of gap from the guys up front because of it. Because every single one of these drivers are fighting for the position. Medi's still holding that position, but because of this, he's gonna be getting attacked here from Renzo and Thomas. Thomas is gonna be looking to attack as well, so you got to keep an eye on him. But Renzo here gonna get it. Try to get it early, and you can see they're blinking. Medi is blinking. He might even get attacked by Thomas here. Thomas takes a little bit of a look. And Thomas here getting past Medi. Medi gonna drop back into P5. And now does he let Ghost go through and maybe he could try to fight Thomas instead. Man, this fight for the mid pack has been really good. All right, let's switch back to position changes here. Like, not that much positions changed. Only a few drivers there losing and gaining a position here and there. It's not any big swaps. I keep hitting the image, the screenshot. That being said. All right, here we go. We have their Super actually catching up to Sandy. So Sandy now looks like he's under threat from Super. So Superissimo going through after making that mistake does recover and gets into P8 now. So Sandy drops to P9 and Aguilera inside of not the screenshot. Yeah, Miller there is excited. Oh, and Lannon there saying no, Aguilera, you do not get the fastest lap point, and does remove it from him. With the two in front, William and Miller still fighting it out, essentially the same as they were before. Renzo there still holding P3, but Thomas now coming through the inside, trying to get that position back. Now he is in P3. This last podium, and there Renzo goes. There it is. I don't know what happened. I think he might have just caught up to the driver in front of him a little bit too fast and caused him to lock it or something. Not entirely sure there what happened. And Sandy taking a 3-second penalty for speeding in the pits. Insult to injury, and he actually retires out because of it. So we have there our first retirement. As we get closer and closer here with 2 laps left. 2 laps left, guys. Medi is right there behind him. Ghost has Ghost. Yeah, Ghost I don't think is going to be able to do it, but they're probably going to end up switching positions near the end of this with the pace that they have. Renzo actually not too far back. He's actually pretty close to him. And we have they're fighting it out. Going on to the last few laps here. Miller takes the P1 now. Where is my fingers there? We have Miller there on the outside. He lets him hold the position. We are on the penultimate lap here. Lap 24 of the 25. And Ghosty does take that position as I thought. So Ghosty now into P4 because of that. That was a really good strategy, though, from Medi. Medi had a chance. But I think those tires are just now falling off. I don't know how easy it is going to be to try to make up any time anymore with those tires. They are pretty aged at this point. But Ghosty gaining 3 positions here. If he's able to hold that one, or even maybe catch up to Thomas. But Thomas there still holding it out. With Miller now pushing to try to get this race win that he needs. He desperately needs to try to catch up in the driver's standings. And here we go. We're going to be starting the final lap soon. This is the final corner of lap 24. Looks like William stays behind. He's going to get the DRS. Going to go past him here. I'm not entirely sure where you want to be near the end of this race. I know you want to be in first after... Because right here's the line. See, that's the crazy part. You can beat somebody from just being behind them still. It is possible. All right, and as we start the final lap, the poll driver of the day is up. So please vote for who you think is the driver of the day, with William and Miller here going to be fighting it out. Miller on these medium compounds, I think he has a little bit of an advantage, but not a huge one. And that's the thing that's going to... We're going to have to see what happens here with the strategies. There's there's technically only 2 DRS zones, but one of them is you get DRS. Oh no, there's 3 DRS zones here, and which means you can get DRS here. He's going to get DRS on this portion. Interesting. Do you guys see what I see? He didn't pop open the DRS there, so he is waiting here. As he comes through here, that was definitely a strategy call to not open the DRS on the other one. But he's going to have the DRS here. He's going to be looking to try to go for the pass here, but you can see he's pushing. Limp is pushing here. And as we come towards the end of this, is he going to have enough? And it looks like William might have enough here. Coming across the line, he's going to get the win here. William comes across the line, gets P1. Miller gets P2. We have there Thomas taking the final podium position with Ghost close in second, in fourth, with Medi taking 5th, Renzo taking 6th for his final full-time race of this season. We have there Lungi taking 7th, with Super taking 8th. Aguilera gaining 1 more position into 9th, and is Paul going to get that final point here? It looks like he's going to be able to do it here on these softs. Landon does take the fastest lap of the day, which means nobody will get that point. And we have there Paul coming across the line, and that will do it. And I just hit the wrong button again. Yeah, I did do that. Wow. That was a lot. He had a lot of pace left into in those tires of William, and he was able to do it. He was able to do it. All right, let's see. A huge one there for William, able to do it, able to come out on top here. And Landon gets driver of the day from the game. You're gonna have lots of fun with all these tickets I'm gonna do. Hey, you know, do them. I don't mind. We'll get through them. But we have here, William wins it in the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix in Jeddah. Takes, I think... Yeah, we'll see what happens. I think there was a few things that happened in this race. If you did have an incident, please remember to go and report it, and then we'll look at it. Well, that was a good race. There was a lot of fighting there. I think people were trying to race fair, but you know, accidents do happen. It is the nature of the sport. But with that, we did have William there winning the race and making his lead a little bit bigger again. With Miller there getting P2, Thomas reserving for the Red Bull, doing a huge job, and Thomas getting P3, getting his first podium as well, I believe. and Ghost there right off of Podium in P4, with Medi in P5 reserving for the Alpine team. Renzo in P6 for his final full-time driving seat. We had Lungi there into I forget, 7, 6, 7, 7. Superissimo takes 8th, with Aguilera taking 9th, and Paul taking the final point. And as we go, that was what a race there. What a race. As we switch over. And with that, we will close the driver of the day poll in a second. All right, so we did choose the driver of the day poll, and the driver of the day was William again. Not a huge surprise. He just drove really well. I think it wasn't easy for him. He had to compete. He was pretty much racing Miller the entire race. With that, yeah, and his Red Bull getting that, yeah, it's very very Red Bull-esque to do that. Final point should have been mine, but someone decided to, yeah. Well, report it. We'll see what happens. And who got pole? Oh, William did. William got pole. He beat everybody's time by 0.3, which is pretty impressive there. Yeah, a crazy one for round 7, with Limp taking and extending his gap, and because Red Bull got 1 and 3, they extend their gap even more as well with that. So we'll see what happens with any shifting around. So it's who got pole that wins. I mean, not necessarily. It could have been any way. There were so many drivers that could have gotten the win today. You saw the fight for podium in third. That in the beginning of the race, it was a fight for first, essentially. So it was just a fight for first in the beginning. But with that, we will be in round 8. I believe is going to be in 1 second. Where is round 3 at? Or sorry, round. Yeah, so the next round is in Japan. So we have the Japanese Grand Prix on April 6th. So hope to see you guys there. That is round 8. I was your host, Stinky Juan. This was Delta Zero Productions Champion Series, round 7 of season 4. And I will see you all next time.